See how easily this comes off. And the shaft diameter is about 15.5 millimeters. And the flywheel is 22 millimeters. So the first thing that I want to do is chuck up this bit of stock. Don't worry, I will take my gloves off. The idea here is just to get all these jaws just roughly the same distance out. So now I'm just going to give myself a little bit of a reference to work from. I'm not going to go straight to a DTI. So what I'm doing is I'm looking to see how far a piece of stock wanders from the cutting edge there. It almost feels like the actual part's not sitting in those jaws well. Tighten that and then restart interesting it. So at the moment it's coming out this way a bit too much, so I'll loosen off this side, spin it around, tighten up the opposite side, and that looks quite spot on there. So if I'm cool. Right, let's tighten up. When it's a bit of raw stock, you can pretty much eyeball it. Obviously, after I've machined this part, I need to put it back on the forejaw. I need to get the DTI out so I can get it spot on. Right. I've already got my cutting tool. It's going a little bit dull. I might have to take that off and hone it up a little bit, but let's see how we go. Gloves off. Just cut it there briefly, just to remove the tumbler gears from the back, because otherwise that would just make a hell of a racket. Right, safety glasses on, plenty of oil. I don't think that's hanging out too far. Just make sure this is tight. Right, I'm still having to stop and start this by plugging it directly into a plug socket, which is a bit of a pain. I do want to get this wired up soon, as I'll probably make that my second job, even if it's temporary. Let's make my life a little bit easier. So I want to get this down to 22 millimeters. I didn't actually take a measurement on the depth, but I'm pretty sure I can wing it. I'm going to go for about an inch. Some of you are screaming at me now. Get it off the bed. Right, so we're looking at roughly 41 millimeters. .26. It doesn't really matter if we're too accurate with this. Right, so go down a little bit more, and then we'll come back. I'll see what the diameter is, and we'll see what kind of depth of cut we can take. We're currently at 25.2. Let's see if we can get a millimetre or two off. Definitely a bit dull, this tool, but it's doing it. Oh, they're nice and hot, those chips. The motor doesn't sound bogged down whatsoever, so Depends what you want to do, if it's actually worth changing to this pulley, but let's see. There we are. Let's see what we managed to do. We're at 25.2. 23.76, so that's about 1.5 mil. Not bad. Doesn't feel great. So down to 22 mil, so we've got 1.7 to take off. One thing I've not actually checked is the alignment on the lathe. So for all I know, it could be 22 mil at the lower end. Not happy there, is it? I have a feeling that the gibs need tightening up a little bit. Let's see what we're up to. So we're shooting for 22. That does not feel nice there. I think the cross slides actually bounce back a little bit. I've got 22.35 there. So we've got 22.85 there. Okay, I've finished this now. It's slightly under. Let's see if it fits. There we go. I'll have that. A little bit of play, but see when that's cranked down. That's it. That'd be good. Right. Now it needs boring out to 15.2, was it? Let's go back and check. Right. Stand by. Right, so the plan here is to drill it out to about 10 mil. I've just grabbed this out of my drawer of bits, so I don't know what the edge is like on it. We'll give it a go. See what happens. Just enough so it holds it a bit steady. I'm going to say that's pretty dull. that. Let's try that again. I think this is a 10mm. Could be completely dull again, but we'll find out. Oh, hang on. A lot of people might be complaining, saying, why didn't I start off with a centre drill or a smaller drill? You know, it's up to you what you want to do. It's my machine, this is how I do it. I just grab any old drill bits I've got. I will have to bore this out to the final dimension. I can't fit the 15.5mm drill bit that I would need in there. It's obviously not cutting brilliantly, but it's working. Wants to sing. Come back to this. They call it boring for a reason, I think. Okay, so I think I'm coming to the depth I want. Now, looking at the quill that's coming out of the tailstock, I can gauge how deep I've gone. So I'm looking at about 45mm there. So a little bit more. Right, I'm going to call that done. Right, so I found this old Morse tapered 11/16 piece. Stuck the calipers on it. I don't know, it might be nearby. It's near to what I'm shooting for. Let's give it a quick go. Measure it up and see. Yeah, so annoyingly, 17mm is about 1.5mm bigger than 15.5mm. I'm not really sure what was going through my head at that point, so let's. What I'm going to do is now I've found, I think, a more suitable drill bit. I'm going to turn this around, chuck it up, drill it, test it on the shaft over here, which I think is the same width as the other side. If not, I'll test it on the other side, and we'll go from there. Yeah, you know, why do something once when you can do it twice? Yeah. My favourite job in all the world. Right, that'll do. Gloves off. Specs on. Let's try this again. That's 15.7. I guess we will see. Right, just loosen the 2 off. Theory, slide it out, test it, put it back in, tighten it back up, should be back where I started. Nearabouts. Should save myself some faffing about. Put it on, just because this is hot. That seems to fit okay. Right, so I'm going to bring it out a bit, just so I've got some clearance on the back end there. Let me clamp it there, let me clamp it there. Just going to bring the drawer piece back in, to line it. I'm going to run with it. Hopefully this time I get it right. I'm just going to bring this back just so I can see roughly how deep I've gone. So, let's see from the quill. About that. Right. Smash it through in one. I'll bring you back in a bit once I've done this. Right, welcome back. I'm going to start bringing down the OD now. Fit test, hopefully. Oh, this gets a little bit tight. Yeah, so I've definitely got a bit of taper in this slave, which I'll have to address at some point. Right, so that, I don't think the taper was actually as bad as I thought. It might have just been a burr. There we go. Right, let's unchuck it. Or do we cut it off? I'm going to cut it off now, so let's make a mark. I'd like to move it. It's all very scientific in the cave. Got a line just there, so I can put the parting off tool on. And chips. How much chips is as they get everywhere. Right, so I'm just trying to get a 90 on this chuck. So let's wind it out. I think those jaws are actually straight. Looks good to me there. Let's tighten this up. Right. Safety squints on. I'll start and then I'll put a little bit of oil in between it. There we go. There. So take some measurements. So we've got 15.8 on the inside, 7. There's definitely some kind of taper in this lathe, unless that's just the burr I've got in there. Okay, so 15.5, 15.9, it's not good, is it? It does look like, I think, looking in there, that's actually the back. Sorry, so that's the back from where I did the first attempt, and you can actually see it's kind of gone off a bit there. So that's the true face. Oh, that can't be right, can it? So I've mounted the new pulley. It's a little bit redneck engineered. Let's stick a spare gear in there just to space it out. So I'm going to have to turn up another spacer. This is just to kind of test things. You can see the belt's just a little bit off there, which is a bit of a pronounced. However, when we turn it on, let's see what it sounds like. I think that sounds a hell of a lot nicer. Anyway, catch you on the next one.